Commemorative RIP tour credential lanyard and button, one each per guest. Complimentary valet parking, don't need that. Pre-tour reception in Cafe La Bamba. Access to exclusive cash bar locations.
Yes, which you already knew about.
You're correct. Universal Express unlimited ride access. So it's unlimited ride access,
But not the houses.
but not house access. Well, that's fun. Back again.
We here.
We did it. Hey guys, we showed up again.
Also,
I showed up again. That's never your fault. Oh yeah, this motherfucker bombed.
no hair. Not that. Listen, the ones of y'all that follow the Instagram page have already seen this, but
That's what, 7 people?
no hair.
Yeah, he ain't got none.
Zero.
You ain't got no hair,
I ain't
Lieutenant
got
Dan.
none. I ain't got none. Oh, motherfucker, I forgot my drink. Keep them entertained.
Hey, listen.
I'll be right back. Is that what you're going to do the whole time?
No. I showed up to work today. So that's good news. I was prepared. I even brought my little iPad so we can talk about things. We have a lot to talk about today. I went on vacation. I came back from said vacation, not kidnapped.
Vacation.
So that's
good.
That's a positive. I was on vacation.
Not getting kidnapped is a plus.
Not getting kidnapped is a plus. I did some wild shit, but
Ooh.
not that wild. You know, normal shit if you
Yeah.
lived in the Burdews.
So here's the thing, right? I would have to assume that the vast majority of this episode is either going to be her talking about going on your first cruise?
Second
Second cruise.
Yeah.
Going on a cruise, either way.
I would like to point out that RIP tours are available for individual parties up to 6 persons only and will include multiple parties in the same tour group. Parties or groups of 7 or more will need to book private.
Okay.
So it
we were
sounds
just
like-
underneath the amount.
For private.
And it looks like we're going to have our own tour. Yeah. Provided everyone pays their fucking money.
Yeah, if people don't get off their listen, I have only a small
For
amount
what
left
it's worth,
to pay.
there's only one person that's going that listens to this regularly. We know you're going to pay.
Oh, we know
you already
you'll
know
pay.
who that's
We're not too
angled at. Like,
we're,
you know.
We're not too concerned with you,
At
sweetheart.
all.
Okay?
In the least. We know you're
We
going.
know you're paying. We know you're involved.
But at least we got our pretty much everything figured out at this point. It's just waiting.
It's just waiting. Now it's
and everyone paying their money.
we're playing the
So,
waiting game. There's 2 people that are fully paid off.
One that is 2/3 paid off.
I am 2/3 paid off, and I only got like I said, a small amount left to pay, and that'll come
Minimal.
next week.
Everyone else everyone else is pretty much so.
I think the one person made a payment
it's
though, right?
essentially T minus 35 days before everything has to be paid.
Hold on, I'm gonna get a countdown clock right now.
Before everything has to be paid, and then add another 45 days after that, and we will be fucking gone.
Down.
So,
Clock.
for those of you that are interested in it, we will certainly be shooting a lot of content while we're out there.
Let's
Some
hope
of
it makes it.
Some of it will be essentially, and you're going to see me wiping sweat off my face a lot because we're in our studio and it's not temperature controlled. So
I'd like to make a
it's summer.
I'd like to make a point about this studio situation.
It's about to change.
In the next few weeks, it is going to change.
Yeah.
So there is going to be a chunk of time. Listen, we're not that regular anyway.
We're
what is
mostly
regular is my bowel movements.
Yeah.
Okay, those are more regular than we are.
Correct.
But we will be having a new
There's going to be a whole new look to this.
There's going to be new walls. There's going to be new stuff done.
Yeah. But it's coming.
But it is kind of...
And in that case, it'll be a lot nicer because we will be temperature controlled. So you won't have to so much worry about seeing me wipe sweat off my face.
He won't have to... He won't... We're leaving
Listen,
the
I sweat.
27th.
What?
We're leaving the 27th
Yes.
of this year.
27th at 6 a.m.
6 a.m. My mom's like, I can drive you to the airport. We have 2 months, 16 days, 19 hours, and 55 minutes until we actually leave.
There you go.
I want to edit this bitch.
So, I imagine this episode's either going to be mostly talking about the trip or probably a bigger bit on her trip that she her pre-vacation, I guess.
Mine wasn't that big of a...
Yeah, but you did things, I'm sure. Otherwise, listen, I haven't done shit but work. So I don't have anything interesting to say. And if I started talking about work, all I would do is piss and moan about my ineffectual, what's a So boss. We'll just say boss. I don't want to say another word that makes multiple people think on the cold snowball's chance in hell that they actually listen to this. But yeah, that man drives me nuts. So. How was the cruise?
It was cool. I had fun. I had a great time. I drank quite a bit. I was gone for 4 days, so
Yeah,
I left on a Monday.
Did you do the little drink package or whatever, or did you guys just come out of? Oh, wait,
We came out
you
of
guys,
pocket.
but you guys took the, because I know on the cruises you can take like one, what is it, like one bottle of something
Yes.
and like a six pack or some weird shit. I've only been on one cruise, so I have no.
You can bring a
frame of
12.
reference.
I think they have like different lengths of cruises. They have different like chingaderas that you
Rules
can do.
as far as what you can bring.
Yeah. So we were able to bring, a bottle of wine per carry-on, but we only brought one. But it wasn't wine.
It looked like wine.
I found a sneaky way.
Sniggy.
What's happening?
Yeah. So, where did you go? What did you do? I know you're really focused on your research right now. So,
Let's see if
There was a baby in there.
I did it.
yeah. Like I said, I haven't done a goddamn thing. I do.
I did it.
Nice.
That's our countdown clock.
I do want to touch on one thing in particular.
Yeah, sure. Touch it with your whole hand.
So, out of the handful of you that listen to this regularly, are any of y'all? Do any of you have any sympathy for the Titanic exploration that imploded? I'm just curious because
Jesus.
listen. I know there's a lot of people that have made a lot of jokes. A lot of jokes.
I've seen a lot of TikTok.
A fuckload of jokes. Like the memes, the internet is undefeated. What I should have done, and I didn't just because most of them were slideshows, I really should have saved the ones that I came across to put on here because
Yeah.
holy shit. Actually, I saw one earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If I thought about it, I would have liked it just so I could play it, but I didn't because it was a video.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, I know there was like some 19-year-old kid on there. I guess we.
Oh, yeah, with his dad or something, right?
A lot of people were like, "Oh, that's the only person that we feel sorry for."
I'm gonna tell you this though. It happened so fast
So fast.
that they have no clue that they're even gone.
I also would like to give a huge shout out to. I don't know if they recently added it to their library or it was already there and it just got popular. I want to say it was like the day after the official word came out that it imploded. I happened to go on Netflix to look for something completely unrelated.
Tell me why.
And why was Titanic
Tell me why.
right up there?
It literally was the most popular movie. It fast tracked so quickly.
I'm just like, God damn, the people are so fucked up.
I don't know
You know
how
what? These
my
guys
YouTube
exploded.
freaked out.
I want to watch Leo DiCaprio die. Like, I feel like
What a wild way to fucking think about it. My
just
fucking
don't
mic's
get
fucked
it.
up again. Somebody's been using my shit.
you know. I actually okay. I guess I don't.
We're good. We're good.
That was what I was saying. I don't think so. I guess I do have at least one interesting thing to talk about, which is, of course, cutting the hair off. Now,
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it.
I said on here the last episode that it was going to happen, and I had not specified a time. I really had considered trying to.
I thought we kind of said it would be closer to us leaving.
Yeah, I
thought that's what we
really
discussed.
tried to make it to that momentous occasion. I was actually going to try to keep it until after the trip, but
They're going to be less scary now.
so so you say that, right? Here's the funny thing:
Yeah.
the amount of people at work that have. So I knew that this whole week at work was going to be
Fucking nightmare.
not so much that as much as that was going to be the only topic. Like I did it. I posted it on social media the day before the 4th.
Fucking bird out there?
Probably.
You hear it?
I do. Yeah, that's definitely a bird.
No, I know it's a bird.
A real special person.
It's really just, shut the fuck up, bird.
Shut the fuck up,
so
bird.
distracting.
So I posted it, got all the reactions from that, but I already knew like I was going to deal with it at work the whole week. Because considering where I work, what?
It's the bird.
Oh, you want to have a bird on as a guest?
The funny thing is, it stopped. Told the bird to shut the fuck up. The bird has now shut the fuck up.
Has now shut the fuck up. So anyway,
Ask and you shall receive.
because of where I work, a lot of people work. They don't work like 5-day schedules. They work like 3 days, and they're like a day on, day off sometimes. But anyway,
I heard it again.
now he's just taunting you.
Fucking mockingbird.
So I knew I was going to deal with it the whole week, right? But the funny thing about you saying I was going to be less scary without the dreads, I actually had multiple people say, "You look more serious now."
Oh God, that's gross.
I'm like, I don't know how to take that.
Also, at
It
least your
was-
head has tanned now.
Yeah, that was the fun part. That day, the day. Now, here's the thing. I mentioned that the reason on the previous episode was because all this shit up here was real thin. Happy to report that don't have bald spots, so that's good. But it was really funny cutting the hair off, seeing the top of my head. Because you could tell the areas where the sun was able to get through and was not. I knew that problem would go away within a week, but it was really entertaining. Not quite as drastic though as the first set. It was. You could see it. Like you couldn't see it in the pictures I posted when I cut off the first set, but you could see where the hair had started.
Had locked,
because
yeah.
it was like my normal skin tone, very, very white. Like,
Oh yeah, it was pretty bad. That was also the time that he mailed them to me.
yeah,
He mailed like 4 locks to me.
yeah.
And I had them. I have no clue where they went.
I don't know where the first set are. To be fair,
Oh, you lost your own locks too?
no, I know they're here somewhere.
I literally, they were in my car one day.
Yeah.
Weird. I know. He was my driving buddy. And
was
then
out of
they were
state, like-
gone. And I don't know where they went.
Yeah.
They're
So
somewhere in a dumpster. Well,
I
they're
do know
they're
where
around now.
the current ones are, but the
Oh, yeah.
the other ones I don't know. They're somewhere. They're in a box somewhere. So I actually did the math on it, and
The math.
I almost hit 15 years having dreads total, like with both sets. That's a long fucking time.
Yeah, you were. These sets had. I don't know what was different about your hair growth this time versus last
It
time.
was just they were put in a lot sooner. So
This set.
they
You
got
did
they
lock
got
'em up
twisted. I
easy.
locked them way sooner than I
that's
did
true.
the last one. Like my hair had been growing for like 2 years before I locked up the first ones, and then these ones it was like half that time.
Oh, well, because I didn't know you at that time. I knew you when you already had full blown, long ass locks, dude. Just so we're clear, they
had
maybe
just
gone to
started.
your shoulder,
Yeah, they had just started when we met.
but that
But they were about here. Like
And
you
then-
didn't see the real. There's
There's
there were
pictures.
pictures. There were pictures. There's
There's
probably
somewhere.
still some somewhere.
I have 'em somewhere.
But the ones that I had were this was the dumb thing, right? So social media wise,
my Facebook has good memories of it.
I had MySpace. Right. It's the only
God
one-
bless it.
Only one I had.
God bless it.
Refused to get Facebook. I know at first you couldn't even get Facebook with like a college email address, and then when it went like,
That's true.
Just dating myself here, but
That's
we all know
super
I'm about to be 40. So you couldn't do it then, and then when it went like mainstream, I just refused to get one because I'm like I'm not going to have multiple fucking social media platforms. And then I got Facebook
Oh, yeah.
because a lot of people had migrated over to that, and I deleted my MySpace. Where I fucked up is I didn't take any of the pictures off of there at all. I just deleted the bitch. And there were a lot. Now, I
might screenshot
understand
this and send it to you so you can put it up.
I understand my thought process by why I deleted it and didn't take any of the pictures off because MySpace was. I got a MySpace because of who I was dating at the time.
By the way,
That's literally the only reason I had
I could have chose a picture that had her in it, but I didn't. Insert here.
Yeah. So there was that, and then I just had a lot of those pictures were directly tied to this. So, but I just didn't. But
Yeah,
I regret it now.
They were short.
Yeah,
they
super
were short.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the photo. I just sent it to you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he can insert here.
I will. It'll be in this area.
And that's like this. So the photo that
Wait, did you send the picture of like the famous picture we took back then, where you're like holding my face?
I didn't send that one.
Okay.
I do have that one. Actually, that is. Hold on, where's that photo? There it is.
Yeah, that one.
I can send that to you because now people are going to be confused.
Yeah, you might as well send that one
Let me
to
just
them
send that.
so we could.
In this photo, thank God Facebook has dates. I can tell you the exact date that I placed this photo on there. It is
2010.
No, you wish. November 25th, 2009.
I was within
So it's
a
like
year.
right after my birthday.
Yeah.
I can tell you what we on
We were
photo too.
we were at the hookah bar. I know that.
On Iowa.
Yep.
Not the one upstairs, but the
No,
one that was
yeah.
on the corner.
The one that was right by the freeway exit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Technically, we were on Blaine, but either way.
that's true.
Yeah, I know. I remember exactly
But-
where the picture was taken, but yeah, I was within a year, so not too bad.
But this is, at this point, we've known each other for a couple years at this point.
Yeah.
And already have become the fastest of friends.
Correct.
I think this
Like I
is
said,
also,
I kept her in the divorce.
That's true. Also, I still wish I had that shirt. I think I just got rid of that not flannel, that thermal.
Oh yeah.
Because it had a big ass hole in the elbow.
Speaking of flannelbacks, I
Oh,
got a
fucking
video for you
flannelbacks.
later.
But 2009, that photo was taken, and those were to your shoulder, which means that when I met you, they were just a little longer.
Yeah, they were like probably ear when we met,
Yeah, probably.
like in that range.
Probably.
Because my hair grows fast.
Surprisingly.
But yeah,
That's the white part of you.
And fair enough.
I mean, facts. Facts. Tell me I'm not wrong.
No, I believe it's listen, I've made the joke a million times. I'm half black and half white
But
in the upper
those locks-
up here, white.
Those locks right there, bud.
Oh, they were
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a full head.
thick.
Those are thick ass locks,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
And the crazy part is, when this photo comes up, it's probably still up, to be fair, because we're still talking about this. That's his natural like highlight in his hair.
I did nothing.
He did nothing to his
That
locks.
was just growth and,
and then
sun
I think I
and
have. Let's
yeah.
see. Do I have other photos where it shows
you know,
like
and it's funny. I really thought about it.
the progression of blank?
Had I let. So I was telling this story. I think I've told it on here before, but either way, short version. Only reason I cut the first set off is because I couldn't let myself lie about my religious beliefs.
Oh God.
That was the only reason.
We can't
because
put this photo up. but
because okay.
look how long they are. You can see a couple.
I
of them.
mean,
No. That goes with us to the grave.
even though it's on social media.
Oh wait, okay. This one is more safe. But I mean, they're to your tits.
Yeah, no, yeah, straight to chill.
Past nip.
Yeah, had I so
so many fucking
when I got the job that I had in Colorado when I was going for to sign my offer letter or whatever, the guy hiring me, he goes, "So your hair is for religious reasons, right?" And because of the line of work, I was working in the jail out there. So because of the line of work, I was like, in my brain, I'm going, I can't start this off with a lie, because here's where my concern was. I say yes, right? Then jump ahead however long, and someone questions me on it. Now, I know nothing about the Rastafari belief system other than weed. Like, that's all I got. So I'm like, I can't. Like, how the fuck? I can't do that. So I said no. Now, had I not cut those off, could you imagine where they would have been?
Oh my God.
Like, because I wouldn't have trimmed them down.
I think
they would have just kept
you
fucking
definitely
growing.
would have relocked them though.
Oh yeah, for sure. It would have gotten to the point where I would have gone from having that many individual ones to a
Yeah.
couple of relatively larger ones.
But he had some really long, and then we would go to like events. We would go to like Right. Sorry. My morning stretches. It's early.
For her.
Early. We would go to events and people would get scared of him, thinking he was a monster.
Yeah.
But he's just a big old dude with dreads.
That was more the dreads certainly helped. I won't argue that.
And
point.
the contacts.
Well, yeah, when I started wearing the contacts, but it happened before the contacts.
That's true.
That was 100% why I used to
That's
wear it.
true.
So when we used to go to Not Scary Farm, that was the horror event that we went to for years on end until it fell off.
I hate to break it to you now.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Last year was okay. The year before that was surprisingly good. But they're still not where they used to be. So, taking that little side road aside,
We'll get back into that.
I used to love it when it was, Southern California. It's October. It's a coin toss on if it's going to be cold.
That's true.
I used to prefer when it was cold when we go because then I could wear. I had this like big. It's me, so of course it's a big ass jacket, but I had this like extra big jacket.
It was extra large.
And it was this little. It had a hood and everything.
It was like fleece.
So yeah, and so I used to love to wear that strictly for the point of putting the hood on and walking. Listen, if you've ever been to Not Scary Farm, they keep that bitch dark. Like you, especially Fog Alley. Like it's just fog and like 4 lights. So
yeah,
you can't really see shit.
You could literally run into people.
You can walk. You can have your people, like your group of people, or if you're there with one person, whoever. You could have someone right next to you. You cannot see them. You can barely see your hand in front of your face.
Oh yeah.
So I used to, when I realized that that's what was going on, I used to purposely put the hood on and walk through. Like we would go do all that. We'd go do all the houses. We'd be done with everything. We didn't do rides. Other people wanted to, so we just let them fuck off, and we'd go fuck around in Fog Alley. So I would quite literally just go walk through Fog Alley with that shit on, like I worked there. Now I wasn't like jumping at people or anything else, but I would just head forward, walk real slow, like minutes. And because of my size already, the amount of people that jumped, and then.
Yeah, it was actually comical.
Then for 2 or 3 years, I know 2 for sure, but I can't remember if I did it the 3rd year. I purposely bought contacts to add to that. Whited out everything but my pupil. So there was 2 times I can think of in particular. One time we were in line for one of the houses, and the amount of people that were like tapping their friend and pointing at me.
Oh God.
And like thinking that I worked there. We were near the entrance to one of the houses, and it was the house where I don't know what the theme was at the year, of course, but it's the one that was the little witch trial cowboy western one that was there last year. So we were waiting to go in. We were like right around the corner from the entrance, and there's this group of people right here, and like I hear them. Like that's the part that cracked me up. Like you realize I can hear you.
Like we're not on TV.
Like I'm standing there, and as soon as I I could feel the attention on me, I would change. Like I would be talking to people or whatever, and then I would just stand stock still and like wait.
He would purposely turn around.
Yeah. So that's what it was. Like they were like looking, they were tapping their friends, and I would just like that, and they actually jumped, which was hilarious for me.
Yeah.
And then the funniest one. You guys were in the bathroom, and I think you had just missed it. But I was standing out by where the water ride is, and that. Yeah. So I was those restrooms
where the camp thing was.
Yeah. So those restrooms. I'm standing out. You guys are all in there, and I'm standing out there, and this group of girls and they got this group of guys with them, and of course the guys are trying to do that bravado shit, like I'm not scared.
We see it every year.
So I'm just standing there. The girls walk up and they like just see the side of me. I didn't have the hood on. That was the funny thing. But they catch the contacts, and I'm just standing there like I'm not even trying to do anything. And I hear the guy. So of course because they start running their mouth, I'm like, I'm gonna get him. So, they're like, oh yeah, no, he doesn't work here. He's not so blah blah blah. So they walk.
I would have just
now. She could attest to this. A lot of people at work could attest to this. I am surprisingly quiet.
Oh man, he's a fucking ninja.
Like if I don't want you to hear me, you're not going to hear me.
He'll tiptoe.
I will sneak up on you and be right fucking there. And you won't know until you turn around. Like
you'll feel it.
So
it's weird.
They're running their mouth. The girls are like taking a wide berth, and they just walk by. So as soon as they got past me and I was out of their peripheral vision, I turned and started walking towards them, and I was moving. So I'm like right behind them.
He's quick.
And
Don't let a size
The
fool
girls
you.
turn around and they scream, and then the dudes turn around and they all screamed and bolted.
They left.
They ran. And then I swear to, like, I start walking back and I'm cracking up laughing, and then she walks out of the bathroom. She goes,
What
"What?" I'm
happened?
like, "Oh, you missed it."
So he explained it to me, and I'm like, "They gone." He's like, "They gone." I was like, "Well, let's hope we run into him again."
But yeah, so the hair probably did help at times, but
It did.
yeah, I even considered buying contacts for going
I
this
was
year.
gonna say, but this year,
But because
he's 4 eyes
I'm
now.
old with 4 fucking eyes, it probably loses some of its function. So.
Although I think, well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's when I first started going to these events. The first year I ever went was not with him.
Correct.
We were friends, but I did not go with him.
Yeah. I don't know why you didn't go that year when we became friends either.
I was too afraid.
Oh, that checks out.
I got suckered into going with promises of protection. So I was in college at the time, and I played college soccer. I was an athlete in college.
Right.
Not a great one, clearly, because this is what I do now. I was actually all right. I wasn't that bad. I was the second best goalie in the state. No, I'm just kidding. And I had gone, my team's like, "Hey, we're going to go out." And this is when my team, that first year I was on it. So actually factual, 2005 was my first year. So
Yeah.
yes, I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
almost been going for 20 years.
Yep.
Minus a couple of years that I didn't go because someone left me. I hold grudges. But I went with my team, and there's, 22 girls walking around, and we're all pretty tight. We're pretty bonded up.
Yeah.
And that was the first year I had gone, and I remember being absolutely fucking smoked, terrified. Like, I had to stand in the center. I had a protection circle. I didn't run nowhere because I was like, if I run, they're going to fucking... I
Yeah.
was watching it happen. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they'll chase you.
Yeah, you don't want to run.
And I was like, first of all, ain't that fast.
You don't want to run. You make yourself a target.
I'm
for sure.
135 pounds at this time. I know, hard to believe. But I could move, but I wasn't the fastest on my team. And I knew I was going to get left in the dust. So I was like, fuck that. I'll maybe break free. But I remember going in a house, at the time we called them mazes. And I remember going in a house, and I could feel like, all of a sudden, like I could feel like the shift.
Yeah.
Like somebody standing behind me. And I looked, and I fucking ran, like in the house. Like I took off, and everybody's screaming my name. Well, the dude behind me was probably 115 pounds, and he moved. And they were screaming my name so much that I thought I had lost him. And I remember just standing there, and I hear, "Shannon, Shannon." And I was like, oh, fuck. So I took off again. There was a big old group of people in front of me. I somehow, to my recollection, have Spider-Man crawl run across the wall to get around them. And I was like, nope. Nope. I said, how dare you say my name? So now we have a rule that has been put in place because of that day, that no one will ever say my name in a house again. I don't care how terrified I get. But then I started going with him, and because he was so scary to other people, but I wasn't afraid of him, I think that's when I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then because his jacket was so large, he could actually fit me in his
Correct.
jacket.
Yes.
And he would close it if I got too terrified. But I would hold on to him with veracity.
Yes.
And
yes.
I would clutch onto
Yeah.
clutch onto
Eagle
his
claws,
arm.
boy.
And
No.
but it got easier as the years went on.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, oh, dude, like we only had ever gone to Knott's. I'd only ever gone to Knott's because he was like, oh, Universal's not that great.
I stand by my
blah,
decision
blah,
back
blah. That's true, you do. And I think the first time we went to Universal was the rekindling of his love, because
Yes.
I had never gone.
then. Yeah.
And I convinced
Because
him.
you went the year before and said it was amazing.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I had gone with people. Now I'm at work. I'm out of college. I have a new group of friends, and I had gone because I was like, this bitch ain't holding me back. And I went without him, and he wasn't mad about it
At all.
because I went to Knott's with him that year.
Yeah.
So I went to 2 events in that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you have to go. You
Because
have to
and
go.
that was
It
the thing is
so
because it was now again the advantage that Knott's has over Universal here is just size. Like
Space.
just space to
cool.
work
Space
in.
in general.
So the first time I had ever gone to Horror Nights at Universal. I went with a group of people. I mean, it was well enough, but
Do you remember
my
who you
gripe.
went with? Was it like Josh and all them?
No.
Or
You remember
The Andrews?
You remember Erin?
yes.
Her.
This is
her chick.
this is a long time ago.
Long time ago.
This is before we met.
No.
This has to be.
We were friends.
Oh. Oh,
It
dang.
was right. So it was right after I came. It was a year that
God.
Dustin got married.
Oh yeah, we were.
So we were
friends.
But I think what it was is that was one of those times where you were involved. And
oh no, that would be a time I was
so
involved.
then you were not around.
Factual.
Yeah. So that was all that was.
Well, times have changed.
Of course. We've had plenty of conversations about that. But either way. So no, I had gone and it was fine.
Yeah.
But in comparison to Knott's has scare zones. Universal does now too. But at the time, they had the one at front. That was it. They
Toxic Tunnel?
No, the main entrance.
No, yeah, no.
So
And
they
then
had that. They did not have Toxic Tunnel at the time.
at the time. Oh, okay.
They didn't even go down into that area.
Oh, it didn't go to the lower
No,
lot.
it went to the lower lot, but it didn't go
Through that.
all into the back to those other sound stages. It just stayed in the normal park range.
Got it.
So, but all of the houses, it was just like walking through a movie set. There weren't like the scares that they do now. They were essentially expecting all of the IP to carry the weight for them for the scares.
Right, okay, got
So it was just like walking through. There were none of the like jump scares that they have set up now. Like none of that stuff was going on. So it was cool, but it was like walking through a movie set. I'm like, this isn't what I'm used to. Again, I had a good time, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it was like, I'm used to like the sliders, the chainsaw guys.
Chainsaws.
Like the only good thing that they did have the Terror Tram bit.
Right.
And it was the closest they had to what I was used to. So they
Okay.
did have scare actors running through that. They did have that was great.
Mm-hmm.
But the houses and the actual main bit of the park,
It wasn't much.
it just wasn't what it is now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I probably just went in a bad year.
Maybe.
That's my assumption at this point.
Yeah.
I just went in a bad year, but that was what it was. So now it's just shifted to Universal, and now we're doing the one thing that we've talked about doing for
years.
fucking ever, and
Years.
going to, the big one. So that's going to be a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, and when I went, they had Toxic Tunnel. I remember going through that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he would have gone that year. I wish I would have convinced him because Krampus was probably the coolest thing I had done.
Yeah.
And I remember that being actually scary to where I got trucked by someone else. And I was like, how does this small person
Well,
run through me like that?
Well, still the funniest, and we've told it on the show before years ago when we went through like all of our memories.
Right.
But still to this day, my probably most everlasting memory, and probably one of the best trips that we had with a large group of people, because the more recent iterations have been more intimate groups
We
of people.
keep small groups now.
But that year, I think we had like 13 people with us,
God.
like 11 or something. It was some crazy number. We were a big ass group. Like,
That's when we went to Knott's, though.
yes.
There was a lot of us.
So that was the year that we went. That was when they had the clown high school one.
Oh, yeah.
That was the year they had that, and I think that was the second year of it, because they run in like 3 or 4 year spurts. But that was the second year that they had it there, and Hatchet High, that's what it was called. I was like, I know the name will come to me if I think about it long
Jeez,
enough.
I can't believe you remember that. I very rarely remember any of the houses we went through.
So my favorite memory to date is when we went in that house, and for some reason, all the guys were in front. All of the girls were in the back.
I was definitely in the middle.
And you were definitely in the middle. But just the way it worked out, it was like probably 60% of the way into the house. And we came around a corner. The people that were in front of us, like, it wasn't a busy night. So we weren't like herded
We had
through.
been lucky for a long time.
Yes, we had. So there was a big gap where it was like we were coming around the corner, and it was like me, the two Bryans,
Oh, God.
somebody else was up there with us, and then you were like right behind us. And so we came around the corner, and you heard him. you heard the chainsaw actor in there.
Oh, yeah.
Going into the damn thing, you heard him revving it up. So we came around the corner, and of course we had all of the girls, but for some reason, one in particular was terrified of the chainsaw guys and clowns.
That's
so it was
true.
a great combination.
That's true.
And so we come around the corner, and there's dude with the chainsaw, and so I set them up. We came around the corner.
He's pretty good at it.
I was like, hey, the group of girls that are coming behind us, they're terrified of clowns and chainsaws. Get them. He's like, I got you. So he dipped around the corner. We made a point to stay like right there where we were just out of sight. But again, it wasn't like a crazy busy night, so it wasn't like we were holding anything up. And for somehow all the girls got delayed behind us. So there's you come around the corner, you go over there with us. Then there's like this good 2-3 second gap, and then here they come. And they're all like huddled together and like looking around corners and shit. And this motherfucker, he comes out of the dark, and one of the most petite girls in that group turned into fucking Barry Sanders. She blasted through us and everybody else to get the fuck out of the house. She did not stay. She just bolted. I watched her plow through about 40 people to get the fuck out, and I could not breathe for laughing.
There's been some good shit that's happened, and some of it's just been me and him together.
Yeah.
Like there's been times where Jordan can tell you that he can tell when I'm uneasy about something because I'll be like, no, you go first. Because I know that I won't see anything coming because I'll be stuck behind him.
Correct.
I'll be so sucked up to his ass, it ain't even funny. And I'll be like, no, you go first. And he always, because I am considerably shorter than him, he'll be like, no. And I'm like, yeah. And he'll be like, no. And I'm, yeah, you are. And so he would eventually go in and he'd be like, all right, fine. But there was times where he would somehow I would get scared. I'd do a couple of these and then he'd be gone. And I remember one year I made him go in front of me, and it was probably that was the funniest thing. It wasn't actually scary, but there was this little scare actor. He wasn't little. I shouldn't call him little. He was my height.
But compared to me.
A little taller. And he popped up to get Jordan. Jordan just stood and stared at him. He was like, all right. And then the guy started just jumping.
Yep.
And hopped around the fucking house. Literally would not leave him.
Just followed me the whole way out. Like, now I'm gonna get you.
He was determined to get him. And there would be times where he would completely break them. And It was funny. And then I think that's when I started to get more into it.
Well, and then because that was the same year, it was a different house, but the same night when I had come around the corner and I scared the scare actor.
Yes.
That was the same year and the same night that we went and we went to that house and the dude was jumping and following me, and we had been like halfway into the house. So I was laughing the whole fucking way out.
He just giggled. You could hear him outside laughing about it, which probably was like, what the fuck is going on?
But yeah, same shit essentially, right? I go in first, I go around this corner, and there's one, and same thing. He's like ducked around one of the blind corners trying to get someone, and he like, it was so, oh shit, you're a big motherfucker.
Yeah, it's funny when he gets them, and then they would sometimes just talk to him.
Yeah,
and like totally break character,
yep.
Which probably isn't what Knott's wants them to do.
Yeah, but
when you see someone come, it's like Shaq just showed up, and he would break fucking everybody, and then it was like, oh wait, I forget these are fucking people that just run around the fucking world normal. Yep. And so that's when it got easier. But there was a lot of that, or there would be times where I wouldn't see. I could attest to this a couple years ago, actually, where we wouldn't see people, and I'd accidentally step on them.
Yep.
I'd step on a foot or accidentally tripped over them, and we both kind of fucking tumble. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they'd be like, "It's okay." Yeah. And then they'd go back to scaring
right
people.
Back to what they were
like,
doing.
All right, well, my bad, dude. I didn't mean to, because you're not supposed to touch them. You know, you can't have any interaction. And there's a few times I wanted to swing, but I was like, no, you can't do that here.
Keep it in.
But yeah, you can't pop up. You can't pop up on a bitch from the hood. Like you can just come out of nowhere.
Well, and it's funny,
but
because
I paid to do that. So
now because of the way that social media has kind of bled into everything.
Yeah,
I've seen some scare actors with TikTok accounts.
Oh yeah,
that I'm like. One in particular that works at Knott's, I have tried both times that we've gone the last couple of years to find this broad. No luck. But she's one of the clown ones, and she works in the scare zone. one of the funniest people I've seen. That
Oh, the
and
shoe girl.
she'll post videos from her working the event.
Tie your shoes.
Yes, her.
Why is it taking you so long?
Loop, swoop, and pull.
Yeah, she just and the girl's terrified. Like literally, is so afraid of this clown that she can't even tie her damn shoe.
But it was like it's just impressive, like her range of voice, because she's got like this
She's small.
gravelly voice at times, and then she's got like this high cheery.
Yeah, it's weird.
So it's one of those things where that's kind of. I think that's the thing I love about these events. I mean, number one, I just love horror things. I like watching
Right.
people get scared. I would love to get scared.
Yeah.
It just
I think
doesn't happen very often.
I could probably, if I remember correctly, and I know he'll correct me, but I think there was one that he was like, I wasn't expecting that.
It was 2 years ago.
Haunting of Hill House.
When we went to Knott's. It was one of those.
Are you sure it was that?
It was in the freaking beeswax one,
Okay.
and it was one of those like props that jumped that I just wasn't expecting that got me.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't remember that part,
But
but I do.
a scare actor.
I would say it was the thin man in Haunting of Hill House because he was so
Oh, him.
camouflaged.
Yeah,
That
he caught me off guard for sure.
that we didn't. It was so hard to see him.
Yeah, no,
but
he
we
was-
knew he was there.
He yes,
And you look back and you're like, oh fuck, like
yeah.
wait.
He
And you
caught.
have
He
to look
definitely
up.
caught me. Yeah, which
He was
is
definitely
not.
taller than him.
That, and then there was when
was
we
on
went
stilts.
to when we went to Horror Nights last year. There was a scare actor that was working the main scare zone that was actually taller than me, not on stilts,
Not on stilts.
taller than me. I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah, and he was funny, and he followed us everywhere we went for a while.
He's actually in our intro video.
He is.
He's got like that weird face on.
He almost looks like a flesh-colored Squidward.
Yeah, that's a fair description. Yeah. So now
But
that
yes.
we've gone down all of these talks about,
I do want to talk
Our
about
Horror
something
Nights
else,
stuff. No,
though,
go
because I
ahead.
want to bring it up
Go
because
in.
we have not discussed this yet.
by all
This is
means.
literally just the housekeeping
Go ahead.
on our end. Do you know that on the 27th, Horror Nights is open the day we get there?
Is it?
Yes.
Well,
So pretty much every Wednesday, it's Wednesday through Sunday this year. Mm-hmm. It starts on the 1st.
disregard that noise.
It starts on the 1st of September and it goes until the 31st of October. The weird part is every Wednesday, which is not normal, every Wednesday is a Horror Nights night.
Interesting.
So
So, in all likelihood, well, because it's in the main park, right?
yeah, it's not Islands of Adventure.
So, I mean, if we wanted to go to
We could go to Islands of
could,
Adventure or Volcano Bay.
or that,
But yeah, there's a
because
That
we
night we
land
get
we
there.
land there at 4. I imagine we'll
take us a while to get over there.
take a while to get
in.
yeah, get
and by then
situated.
it'll be 6, and I think
I
that's
would
when the
wager.
event starts.
Yeah.
By the time we're settled.
Yeah.
And then the weirder part is it goes on one Tuesday because that's what Halloween's on this year. It does not go on that Monday beforehand. So I bet you that Halloween day is going to be a real good day to go.
Yeah.
Too bad we won't be there. But what day do
Probably.
we actually leave again?
What, to come
shit.
back?
Yeah.
Second.
Oh, okay. So we have
So we're there. We get there the 27th. We have tickets. I started them on the day that we get there because we
Right.
have 5 days, even though we may or may
and we
not
go
use
into
it.
the first, right?
Yeah.
We have tickets until the first?
Yep.
So the only issue that we have is that every day that we're there, the park is going to close early. No big deal, but the things that we want to hit, we have to hit early in the morning then.
Well, yeah, and that's why when I was talking about it earlier, I'm like, listen, we're with the exception of one person, we're all above 30, and
Fuck off. We all actually all are above, and I can't hang, but neither can
so
she.
I'm already expecting that there's going to be. Listen, I have said that there's like 4 different TikToks that I would love to shoot in the airport leaving.
Correct.
So there's going to be a lot of content coming from this trip. You're probably going to get sick of us. But there's also probably going to be naps because we have the first full day that we're there and the day after that are the nights
Horror
that we're
Nights.
going to Horror Nights.
Correct.
That Friday is when we're doing the RIP tour, so it'll be a little bit more relaxed then, but still late nights, both of those nights.
And then we have to get up early to go to the park the normal day.
All right. So as much as I've got, my brain is built for going to Florida for a theme park is Disney World. So my brain automatically goes, okay, you got to get up early to get to the park when it opens and do rope dropping. Yeah, we got to do that.
We do have to do that, yeah.
Those parks are not nearly the size of any really of the Disney parks. And I already know through literal hours of research that we did last week, I already know there's rides I'm not going to be able to ride.
Oh yeah,
there's a couple there's literally only 3 rides that I'm like I have to
get
ride
on.
it.
Has to get on.
I want to ride the Escape from Gringotts. I want to ride Velocicoaster, which I know you won't be doing, and I want to ride the Hagrid's. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but I want to ride. Those are the only 3 rides I'm like I want to get on that one. Yes. Everything else, if I can ride it, cool. If not, I'm not really losing any sleep over it. Minions Land is going to be open when we're there, so that'll be cool to see. I want to eat at that restaurant. But I mean, as far as like the park, especially if we do like early entry, I'm almost certain that there's no reason we won't be going back to the hotel at like 3:00 in the afternoon to chill until the event.
Oh yeah, so if we do, because and I need everybody to be on board with it, but I really don't. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm a grown up. But
you're a grown up with a cell phone,
right? And we can invest in walkie talkies. Just
That's
kidding.
True.
We have cell phones. But I definitely want to go into the park the morning after we get there and do some stuff.
Yeah.
And kind of get the lay of the land.
Absolutely.
Because I feel if we have the lay of the land, we'll be really good at it. Because we pick up things pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Although Disney World was a complete anomaly to me because I didn't go to the same park every day.
Right.
So I still don't know how the fuck I got around. I just trusted. But I want to get some stuff while we're there. I'm also going to do some stuff so we can put it up in in the studio and things like that. But I definitely want to go that day. Well, and we do the RIP tour the first Horror Nights day?
No, the second.
Okay, cool.
So the first Horror Nights day, which is the first day that we're there, we're just going in, and the good thing about having the RIP tour is we don't have to be stressed about if we miss anything that first night.
Oh yeah.
So we can really just relax and have a good time.
And if we want to redo something after the RIP tour, we have access to it.
Right.
Which is crazy.
So that'll be the good thing. But and we're just talking about this trip like y'all are going to be there. I mean, you'll be there with us through video. But anyway.
Well, I mean, we're giving people the info, you know. If you want to meet us and you're from Orlando.
Like, I mean, if you happen to be out there listening to us, we'll be there. You can come see us, hang out with us. We're fun people, I promise you. Yeah.
We have no merch.
We have a lot of good taglines for them.
But we have an account, though, to make merch.
That's true. We do now.
Because I did something no one does for Horror Nights.
I'm sure people have. But either way.
I ain't never seen it, bro.
We're not going to say what that is until...
we do it.
We do it. So,
well, we've done it.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Well, what we'll do is we'll do the... What do you think? You want to do the reveal of what we did on the show? Before we leave?
We can. I mean, people are going to be like, that's not really fucking a big deal, but it's funny.
It's cool for us anyway.
It's funny for us. I'll tell you, it took a couple... I think it took me over a couple hours to figure it out, which is... Everybody's going to be like...
Out.
For that? Yes, for that, motherfucker.
Super excited.
The first one I came up with was awful.
Was pretty bad.
I was using my phone.
So it's gonna be a good time. Well, I got a couple of TikToks. Is there anything else you want to get into? Was there anything exciting that you did? You said you saw some wild shit on your cruise.
Okay. Well, let's get into this.
Yeah.
Or we can have another episode.
I mean, it's entirely up to you.
This has turned into a Horror Nights episode.
It kind of has. Do you want to? You trying to hold off on that?
There was something funny I wanted to tell you. I said, "Oh, keep that for the podcast." Now I can't remember what it was. And that was last week.
That was last week. We should have recorded, but it was too fucking hot.
It was so fucking hot. It's so ridiculously hot. It's not even funny. So that's why we're here doing this early today.
To avoid the heat. And I'm gone next weekend. Oh. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Anyway.
So Monday would probably be the better day to record.
That's fine. Alrighty. So
we'll get in this and then we'll do another episode.
Yeah.
So don't mind the fucking clothes. I don't ever bring another shirt to wear. I'll just put one of Jordan's.
So that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
So you remember the flannelbacks dude, right?
Yeah, flannelbacks.
Yeah. So I know.
Figure out why would a guy want to mess? I've been really trying to figure out why would a guy want to mess with a stud?
You know why guys hit on studs? Because y'all are still women.
Hello.
Guys also ugly women.
With no hezzy. Okay.
With no hezzy.
I know I didn't raw dog a couple midnight monsters in my day.
Midnight Monsters.
Kissed them in the mouth too.
Kiss them on the mouth.
It is what it is.
Damn.
All right, but let's not lose sight on the topic at hand. Okay, I've answered this question already, but if y'all didn't get the message, let me break it down for you again. To all my stud queens, initial babies, lovely lesbian, terrific tomboys, fantastic films, and beautiful butchers, and of course the flannel backs. This is why.
It's really this twat.
Is what?
It's really this twat.
There you go. Okay? And I know what y'all saying about me,
This is a sick Negro.
but I'm gonna tell you right now.
I don't care.
The streets is mine.
Listen, he makes a valid point. The amount of dudes that have hit on me is ridiculous. I've looked like this for a long time, folks.
It's
A
true.
long time.
Very true.
And the amount of men that have been like, I did it. Would you? Because I wouldn't. You are some of my midnight monsters.
Shit. Yeah. That's
Although, to
terrifying.
be fair, never mind. Next TikTok.
Never mind. So listen, this is a Baja Men joke, but it's hilarious.
When you said Baja, I got real excited. And then Dale.
Can you snowflake millennials name a single Baja Man?
Nope. I can't
Didn't
even.
think so. But everybody here knows the band Kiss, right? Yeah, and how many members are in this band?
4.
And who's the guy with the big long tongue?
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, funny everyone in here loves loser Gene Simmons.
Loser.
Recipient of 0 Grammys, but no one knows Patrick Rick Carey, frontman of the Baja Men, recipient of the 42nd Grammy for Best Dance Recording in 2002.
It's the
God damn.
FBI
So hard, I
that
knocked the microphone off. Appreciation for this bit and your knowledge of the Baja Men is underwhelming. Well, I'm perfectly whelmed, liberals, so I'm gonna keep going. I'll give you guys $200 if you can tell me how many Baja Men there have been.
Say 6.
No, I only did 9 twice. 19! 19, none of you knows a goddamn one! There was Ish Monkey Boy Smith, Isaiah Taylor. Neither of those guys were in the group and you didn't even know. Both of those guys were in the group and you didn't even know. There's be a Baja Man here tonight. You have no freaking idea. Get the house lights on, Johnny. Come on out, Patrick. Coming out. Of course he's not here. He's back in the Baja.
Back in the Bajas.
The lowest suicide rate of any country in the world. A coincidence? I think not. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is how the fuck are we supposed to know who let the dogs out if no one even knows who the dogs are? It's a really good joke, Patrick.
That's a brilliant joke,
I
guys.
fucking love it so
That's
much.
pretty damn good. I actually don't know any of the Baja Men.
I don't either. The part that cracked me up was every time he punctuated it, that shit just had me dying.
Yeah, that's
All
pretty
right.
good.
So this one, I'm gonna let you like I'm gonna just say, you know, the whole tagline on this is we all have like that one friend.
No.
You're gonna know who it is immediately. Okay, immediately. It's not even gonna be a question.
I'm gonna already. I have 2 people.
What's
in mind.
up?
Is she fucking?
Chill out.
No.
Gotta get the wholesome snacks.
That's cool. Let me get some honey and condoms.
Why you getting all of that?
That's all we need. Separation.
Okay, I don't know why it's running like that. Let me try this
That's
one more
funny.
time.
Hey, man.
What's up?
Is she fucking?
Chill
It's still
out.
running
No.
funky.
That's all good.
Gotta
Keep
get
it
the
going.
wholesome snacks.
That's cool. Let me get some honey and condoms.
Why
The
you
good
getting
thing
all
is
of
it'll
that?
look great
That's
for y'all.
all we need. Separation.
Oh, I can take.
Hey, bitch, hold on.
Hey, one at a time.
I mean, if that's all she could take, you know what I'm saying? Push off.
Chill, bro. The host say you scaring them on a different level.
That's cool. I'm fearless. Move.
That's fine.
No, it ain't any bitch that go to sleep in here. You're getting fucked.
This not your room. Matter of fact, this is not your house.
But these are my rules. Push off. I'm on that.
I'm on there.
I'ma drink this monster while she get this monster.
You're going to jail.
I have bail. Move.
I have bail. Move.
Let me get some of that ass.
Boy, I'm on my period.
Oh, hell no.
You gotta slide to the crib. Them hoes ready to fuck.
I'm knowing. Is there any room for the leakster? Who let you in? God did. Separation.
God, dude.
Don't
God,
put some drawers on. I got people over here.
That's why I'm freeballing. Gotta show Twin them some love. Move.
Move.
Oh, I'm about to go pump her gas.
Why you finna do that?
She might give me some ass separation.
Separation.
I have bail. Move.
He's gonna be saying separation the whole trip. You know what I'm gonna do?
I sent that directly to him too. I was like, bruh.
As a joke. much you willing to pay for a second shirt? Because we put his face on it and put separation.
Separation.
I got bail money.
Move.
I got bail. Move on the back. I'm just saying.
Oh shit.
Separation.
Separation. Yeah, that shit had me dead. When I saw that the first time, I was like, I already know who this is.
Oh my God. I was going to say it's one of two people. And immediately when the female walked in, I said, never mind, it's one
person.
There are only 6 of us in the group. 3 men,
Separation.
3 women.
Move.
And I'll tell you, it ain't the 3 women.
It is not.
So I'll narrow it down to the 3 men. Now we know for a fact one of them's sitting here today and it ain't him.
It ain't me.
Let's take it back to 50%.
Might have been me at one point, but
And
it
we
ain't
know,
no more.
and we know one of them is married. So let's take it back
Down
to 100%.
100% one person.
Oh Lord, the people that don't know him are going to be like, "Who?"
know, right?
The minute we show you who this is, or put him on screen for the first time, which is probably going to be a big mistake. You're going to be like, "It was him." Separation.
Move. I
The
got bail.
minute
Move.
we put him on screen is going to be the fucking downfall of this
Goddamn.
channel.
You know, the funny thing is, he was supposed to be on the show a while back. He just never came on.
He never shows up
Oh, goddamn.
unless
Yeah, if he does, it's
we
just
have
late.
to offer him things. If we leave him a little breadcrumb trail, and it's not breadcrumbs trail, he will show up. If you say his name 3 times, he appears with a bag in hand. Am I wrong?
No. That's why it's funny.
This man has popped up in my life and will not leave it.
Shit.
I literally just said.
Breadcrumbs.
I literally just
And
said.
there it is.
If you say, I haven't even said his name yet.
And he just pops up.
The thought of him has popped
Got
up.
online.
I know when he's awake. Listen, I'm like Santa Claus with him. I know when he's awake and I know when he's been good.
I got bail. Move.
The amount of times he will be online, he will then be offline. I shit you not, I don't know what he is doing. I have a good idea. It'll be 10 minutes to an hour. He will pop back up again.
You know exactly what he's doing.
He will leave again. And in the
back.
middle of the night, I will have a notification that says this bitch is online. And I'm like, I know what he's doing.
Oh, shit.
This is why this fool can't come over, because he's got this weird schedule. And he's online every time he should be asleep to get here.
He's single with no kids. What do you, I mean, you know.
With his
I
lemon
got
pepper
bail.
steppers.
Move.
Separation.
Separation.
This man is a thorn in my side,
Is she fucking?
but he is funny.
He is funny.
But Jesus Christ. Sometimes I'm like, fuck off.
Listen, God gave him enough blood to run his brain and his dick, and
Not at the same time.
not at the same time. So, that being said, it's been fun. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.